Hi guys, thank you so much for coming. I wonder about, getting too loud. I notice a lot of people in this sci-fi get stuck in the genre. Are you worried about that?
I'm not worried because, I mean, years ago, there used to be this stigma to the word sci-fi in entertainment. But now, as you see, sci-fi / fantasy is the genre that everyone's trying to cater to. So I think it's about time that this genre and its fans got its just desserts in the pantheon that is entertainment. And it's a shame that it's taken so long for the powers that be to see the viability and sustainability of good sci-fi and good fantasy. Because you folks will never leave, and that's what's great. And I think it's about time you guys got to appreciate it.
That's right. I completely agree with Chris, and I'd add that. I mean, that was something that when I was younger, growing up, I was looking out for and trying to avoid of getting typecast. But I think, like you said, we're in a day and age where everything is blending, and it's becoming cooler now to other people who weren't in it before. Who weren't interested in it. We've always been interested in sci-fi. Even before we got into it, we were fans. And then really, once I started doing the show, once I started doing the conventions, meeting all of you guys, and just the impact as I realized how big a phenomenon this was and what it means to you guys, and the opportunities that I've had to meet you guys and talk with you guys all around the world. I mean, there's no other job in the industry, in any other genre that allows for that. So I could never give that up. And when I've met the other actors, like I've met actors from Babylon, from Star Trek, from all these other shows, and the one thing that has always struck me about them is most of these guys are all really hardcore theater actors. I mean, these are people that I would have loved to have met as an actor anyway, in other work and in other forms, and that I discovered them and their talents and their skills through sci-fi just blew me away. So, worst case scenario, and I am stuck in sci-fi, I'm stuck with damn good company. So, I'll be perfectly satisfied with that.
It's funny, Richard Dean Anderson and I have many peculiar things that we have between us, but one is a love of Patrick Stewart. And I don't know what it is, but so Rick is like, generally he's a crotchety old man. But this one day, no, I'm kidding. He's like giggling, and he wants me to hear something on his phone. So he's fooling around with it and puts it up to my ear, and all I hear is, "Hello, Richard, Patrick Stewart." And we just sat there like little girls going, "It's Patrick Stewart." Of course, it was Patrick Stewart calling to say, "Richard, quit calling me." Let's have one more question.
One more? Okay.
Who's got a really good question?
Only really good question. And if you don't have a really good question, we will throw things at you. So who's got a really good question?
One worth coming across the world for.
Yeah, it better be good.
Billy, you're a very funny-looking human being.
I was just wondering, who would you like to see, living or dead, at a convention as a fan yourself?
That's a good one.
Well, first of all, I think.
Who would I like to see at a convention? So a sci-fi figure? Say it again? Oh, as a writer or an actor? I think I would love to be in an audience and ask a question to Gene Roddenberry.
Good one. That's good. Mine would probably be Jules Verne. Just to see kind of where he got the inspiration for writing the stuff that he did in the time period that he did it in. You know, he was such a futurist, and so many of his ideas have come to pass, much like Gene Roddenberry, you know. So yeah.
Wouldn't that be great to have a panel of like Roddenberry, Jules Verne, Isaac Asimov? Like, wouldn't that just be incredible?
That would rock. Make it happen.
So Bill, work on it. Work on it, Bill. Work on it.
I'll get my shovel. Somehow, though, I don't think they'll be very responsive when we put them on stage.
Everyone has a price, Bill.
I always have that. We had this conversation, and when you're running a show, you have these thoughts that pop in, but things that could possibly happen. And we were talking about this a month or so ago about what happens if, you know, we bring Chris Judge or Alexi over here, they get here and they die. You
actually spent time thinking about this.
Thinking about this, you know, well, what happens? Once they're here, I mean, like, I don't have their family here. I mean, I've got an agent in the States. You know, so what do we do with them? One of the things we did come up with was just sticking them on the stage. So, because I figure by that point we've flown them over. I mean, we put them up. Just spray them with perfume for a bit to keep the smell on. So, if I can have a huge round of applause for the still living. Alexis Cruz. Yes, it is 12 inches. So,
your ego?
No, that's bigger. You know, Chris and Alexis will be signing at 2:30, just on the other side. So check that out. Matthew Armstrong from Heroes will be on stage momentarily. We're going to play a trailer for the DVD in a minute, so you can check that out while we change over. But Matthew's on, then Gary's on, then we've got the ice cream, then we've got Kamehameha, and then we've got Lisa Armstrong performing. So I'm going to have one more round of applause for these great guests.